Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what do we have here? He's gonna get impeached. Oh my God. He's gonna get impeached. He knew about the meeting. He knew about the Trump Jr. meeting. How do we know? Michael Cohen's gonna flip. He's gonna sing. He's gonna flip and sing. As my feed no longer exists. Oh, he's gonna flip. No one's flipping. No one sings. No Mary Lou Retton. No Celine Dion. Only Stormy. She's not really known for, the duets. Well, yes and no. No one flipped. No one sung. And another wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. So Michael Cohen, yet again, proved useless. Lanny Davis was like, I can tell you right now that, my client has a whole lot of knowledge regarding the Trump Tower meeting, and he's finally going to tell the truth. He's finally going to, because he's a patriot. Oh, I was the source for CNN. And by the way, I don't know anything. In fact, I can tell you right now that Cohen has never been to Prague. And the Steele dossier is wrong. Sorry, BuzzFeed. I know you're, suing the DNC. And there you go. I mean, everything they ever say, every time, all they do is lose, 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 no matter what. They always lose. So this is the Daily Beast. Wrote a horrible hit piece on me when I was a Bernie bro. Daily Beast and Vox are two public relations firms, but I can actually stand the Daily Beast. Every once in a while, they write something worthwhile. Every once in a while, they're actually decent. But primarily, they're a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. Vox is shameful. Basically, Debbie Wasserman Schultz is probably running Vox. We should start attacking CNN's advertisers and investment partners over this refusal to retract actual fake news. Brian, it's not something I would advocate, but Brian, you're 100% right. If those are the rules of the game, you're right, Brian. But CNN has had fake news left and right. But I'll read you this. Daily Beast. Lanny Davis admits he lied about being sourced for CNN Trump Tower story. Oh, I have to put wasn't source. I'll go ahead and I'll fix the title. But Michael Cohen's attorney, Lanny Davis, has admitted to BuzzFeed News that he served as an anonymous source for a bombshell CNN report on the notorious Trump Tower meeting that he himself now disputes. The July report, which claimed Cohen had personally seen Donald Trump Jr. notify then candidate Donald Trump about a meeting where Russians, not the Russian government, Russians. What does that even mean? Donald Trump, about a meeting where Russians were offering compromising information on Hillary Clinton. So what? Contradicting Trump's public statements that he was unaware of the meeting. I wish I can go back in time and have Trump actually orchestrate the meeting, because it would have been just fine. It would have been less egregious than paying for a dossier that started a fake news, media-driven coup that was illegal. And tomorrow we'll have Bruce Orr testify. But the report appeared to signal a possible breakthrough in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's obstruction of justice investigation. Oh my God! with Cohen appearing ready to testify, but Davis, who was mentioned in the story only as having, quote, declined to comment, has now subjected the report to new scrutiny after insisting in an interview with CNN's Anderson Cooper last week he was not a source for the reporting. He admitted to BuzzFeed News on Monday that he had in fact been an anonymous source and had lied about his role in the reporting, according to the news outlet. I'm glad to take ownership for the mistake. I'm glad to take ownership for the mistake. Now I'm going to take the heat, and it's justified. Go ahead, rake me through the coals. Rake me through the coals. I'll take the heat. Okay, as long as about a couple million people think that Trump is the spawn of Satan, it's all worth it. Lawrence F. OMG just read FBI Rayner on a day before he was going to testify against Obama on Fast and Furious, along with his wife. I didn't know that. I have to read that. I didn't know that. Wow, Lawrence F. Thank you. Lawrence F. Thank you. So Lanny Davis is like, Trump was had a drug empire selling methamphetamines to different countries. Spread the news, spread the news, spread the news. 1 week later, I'm sorry, did I say that he was a drug empire, had a drug methamphetamine empire? No, that wasn't. No, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. Oh, okay. Well, but now millions of people. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to go ahead and spread as much hate and then retract it and then say, I know. It's my bad. I take ownership. That's what the Democrats do. They commit illegal activity and they're like, I take ownership. He admitted to BuzzFeed on Monday that he had, in fact, been an anonymous source and had lied about his role in the reporting, according to the news outlet. I'm glad to take ownership of the mistake. Actually, the more I read this, the more I realize that I think my title is correct. I don't know. There's so many lies going on. I just tried to. What did Lanny Davis do this time? I'll just go ahead and try to get the title right. He was quoted as saying Davis reportedly told the news outlet he regrets his role as a source in the story, as well as his later denials of any involvement. But he insisted he did not lie to Cooper and instead unintentionally misspoke. Honey, I just want to let you know that I unintentionally misspoke when I said that the lipstick on my collar was, had nothing to do with another woman. It was an unintentional, I misspoke unintentionally. A CNN spokesperson told BuzzFeed the news outlet stands by the original reporting. What? CNN's like, we know it's a lie, but we stand by the original lie. That's really great. Thanks, CNN, the trusted news. And then this is CNN, the same outlet that's like, this is an apple. No matter what Trump says, it's really an apple. Can you believe that crap? I mean, I'm telling you, the next level. And I know one of my amazing subscribers was like, it's the 7th level poopists. That's what it's come down to, the 7th level poopists. And if you know the last couple segments, you'll know what I'm referring to. What does that mean? Can somebody try to explain what this means? But he insisted he did not lie to Cooper and instead unintentionally misspoke. Okay. And then CNN, when they know that he backtracked the story, then said, we stand by our original reporting? Huh? Well, what does that even mean? And then you have BuzzFeed, who published the Steele dossier, is getting sued for defamation by numerous people. Mike Sherman. A lie only has to last an hour for it to work. Mike Sherman. Yeah, I mean, in many cases, that's true. Hello, Omar. If he, but Drake, if he unintentionally misspoke, he must have said it right. I know. That's so you got to go ahead and what does that even mean? A CNN spokesperson told BuzzFeed the news outlet stands by by the original reporting. So CNN now still stands by the fact that it was duped and it reported fake news. So CNN still stands by its reporting of fake news that was deliberately, unintentionally the work of Lanny Davis, who said something. Coin crazy. Let me go right now. Daily Caller. Daily Caller. Sources: China hacked Clinton's private server. That's right. Well, why wouldn't China? I've been saying that for a long, long, long time. A Chinese-owned company penetrated former Secretary of State's Hillary Clinton's server, according to sources briefed on the matter. The company, wow. Thank you, Coin. Hold on. What was the name of the person? Okay, so thank you. Hold on. Coin Crazy. Thank you, Coin Crazy. This is, wow. Thank you, Coin Crazy. The company inserted code that forwarded copies of Clinton's emails to the Chinese company in real time. What? Real time? She's like, no, just go ahead and send the rebels illegal weaponry. Send. And the Chinese company is like, oh man, this is insane. I love this. The Intelligence Committee Inspector General warned of the problem, but the FBI subsequently failed to act. Texas Republican Representative Louis Gohmert said on July, wow. Real time, ladies and gentlemen. So it's even worse than did I even say that? Wow. Real time? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. So as she was typing, I'm going to get one of my friends here to give me some information on, as she was typing, so as she was like, I want a red polka dot moo and give more weapons to Saudi. Send. It's like, Coin crazy, yeah. Well, you know what's interesting also? The good thing, though, is that we had, yeah, exactly. The good thing is that she had the names of CIA agents, so that's why I harp on this for ever. This is insane. Well, I guess the negative aspect is that her server was hacked real time. On the positive side, she had the names of CIA agents, so I guess that cancels out all her insanity, which is just kind of shows that how insane Clinton emails could have compromised CIA names. The names of CIA personnel could have been compromised not only by hackers who may have penetrated Hillary Clinton's computer, but also by the release itself of tens of thousands of emails. Wow. Well, there you go. It never. I guess you could forward it to different places too. The whole planet had her emails. So it's like, what are they waiting for? Thank you, Coin Crazy. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Leslie Vonderheide. Why isn't the left listening to their oracle Noam Chomsky, who clearly has stated that Russia-Trump collusion is a joke? You know, I like Noam Chomsky on most things, not all things, but most things. Lawrence F. Red Polka Dot Moon. Leslie Vonderheide. You know why? Because the left despises itself. If the left was the left, they would actually listen to Chomsky. They haven't been even close to listening to Noam Chomsky for at least 15 years. Actually, more than that, 20 plus years. Actually, I don't even know if the left really listened to Chomsky ever. Well, maybe during Vietnam. He's been right about a lot, actually. But they don't want to listen to Noam Chomsky because that would be a mirror. That would be an image in the mirror that they just can't look at. So, Leslie, they don't want to look at who they really are. They don't want to look at the image of themselves. Brian, Red Moo. So, and, you know, Moo clothing. Huh. Good, the Moo. The Moo is illustrious. Wow. The Chinese firm obtained Clinton's emails in real time. They're, by the way, special access program intelligence, and received and she. This is pretty much what I was saying in Butter Top Secret emails, although I didn't say real time. The Chinese firm obtained Clinton's emails in real time as she sent and received communications and documents to her personal server. Wow. Who said the hacking was conducted as part of an intelligence operation? Well, of course. I did say in both books that she was hacked. I did say she was hacked. And I explain a lot of this in Butter Top Secret emails. Not exactly the horror. Real time is insane. That is just insane. That is absolutely insane. The Chinese firm obtained Clinton's emails in real time as she sent and received communications. So, I mean, how many places were her emails forwarded to? All of her emails, including special access program intelligence, were forwarded someplace. Craziness. Absolute insanity. So, I mean, That's what really this is all about. I explained that in debunking the Trump Russia myth. She will get charged with the crime eventually. It's just a matter of time. She kind of knew that, her getting charged. Well, Comey knew. Well, I guess, whatever Comey knew, or you're going to take down a whole bunch of people alongside Clinton. And that's what this was all about. So, at the end of the day, she will get charged. There's not a doubt. There's no doubt that she will get charged. It's just a matter of when and whether it's Clinton Foundation, But that is just crazy. I mean, a courtesy copy of her emails was sent to a third party. Wow. The amount of and there's different ways they can forward the emails. I'm finding out this is crazy. The Chinese wrote code that was embedded in the server, which was kept in Clinton's residence at Chappaqua. The code generated an instant courtesy copy for nearly all of her emails and forwarded them to a Chinese company, according to the sources. But then I'm just learning that they might have changed the subject so as not to, I guess, alert the system. 100% sure, but a lot of crazy things. The Intelligence Community Inspector General found that virtually all of Clinton's emails were sent to a foreign entity. Representative Louis Gohmert, a Texas Republican, said at the July 12th House Committee. He did not reveal the identity's name, but said it was unrelated to Russia. Two officials with the ICIG, Investigator Frank Rucker and Attorney Janet McMillan, met repeatedly with FBI officials to warn them of the Chinese intrusion. Well, first of all, it's not just China, okay? It's any country. It's any country. The UK, Israel, North Korea, any country, even allies, any country. We would do it to them if they had such a corrupt, stupid, inept leader that actually had a private server, first with an AT&T email address, then with their own private email server address. Suzanne Yoke, better late than never. You go, AJ. Hillary will go down. I have all the patience to wait for that day. Suzanne, you are absolutely wonderful. Yes, just a matter of time. I'm predicting around a 4,000 person live stream. So about 3,000 to 4,000 people on this live stream. Could be more. It'll happen. My books hopefully will be purchased. Could be picked up by somebody. Well, who knows? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Suzanne Yoke. Thank you so very much. But they'll probably get her on the Clinton Foundation. They probably don't want to get her now on the emails just because they would have to then completely obliterate the intelligence community. Scott Bigler, I think Platt River wanted more money to change the password or something other than password. Scott Bigler. Yeah, they're like, this is the super duper option. If you're going to start using letters and numbers and different codes, we're going to have to really, really. Wow. Thank you, Independent Droid on Twitter. Unbelievable. So that is pretty crazy. Great daily caller. So let's continue. Among those FBI officials was Peter Strzok, who was then the Bureau's top counterintelligence official. Strzok was fired this month following the discovery sent, all the text messages stop Trump insurance policy. Gomer mentioned in the Judiciary Committee hearing that the ICIG officials told Strzok and 3 other top FBI officials that they found an anomaly on Clinton's server. By the way, Lanny Davis was a hardcore defender of Clinton's server. Scott Bigler, thank you. Suzanne Yoke, as always, thank you. Scott and Suzanne, as always, thank you. And it's pretty, it's not just China, okay? It's everyone, the whole planet. Because Michael Hayden was like, I go from inductive, deductive, and I can tell you that, the original sin was using this. Yeah, egghead, dummy. And you still voted for her. Swanee Scotty, good day from Australia, HA. I drive a small truck for a living and now listen to you on my cell phone in the truck. You make my boring job great again. By the way, you pronounce Australia with an Aussie accent. I do. Swanee Scotty from Australia. Thank you so much, Swanee Scotty. Thank you. Well, we have one of the great Australians of all time in Julian Assange. God bless him. And God bless you, Swanee Scotty. And I want Julian Assange to be free. He deserves freedom. We tell our children to tell the truth. We tell everyone to tell the truth. But, oh, by the way, if you publish the truth, they're going to come after you. That's what happens. Well, the truth is actually the worst enemy of the Democratic Party. Why would you want the truth? They're embarrassing emails. They're embarrassing emails, Gomer mentioned in the Judiciary Committee, so when the ICIG did a very deep dive, they found in the actual metadata, the data which is that the header and footer of the emails, that a courtesy copy, was being sent to a third party, and that the third party was a known Chinese public company that was involved in collecting intelligence for China. Wow. Well, we already knew, and I've written about a lot, that it's not just China, South Korea, Germany. It's our allies, everyone. Well, why wouldn't they? We spy on them too. Why wouldn't they? Why would you have a person who made an absolute mockery? And I've been writing about it, and I urge everyone to it's $3.99. If you have a Kindle, it's in the description section, and it's in the first comment, the pinned comment of every YouTube video that I have. And it's but her top secret emails, but her deleted emails. And I pretty much, the real time, we just found that out. But Nico Filippone, I will check that out. I sent you a story about the FBI actually. I will check that out, Nico. But please go ahead. But her top secret emails, but her deleted emails. If you have a Kindle, it'll pretty much give you the basis of this insanity. It's just crazy. The extent of Clinton's corruption, it's just crazy. A government staff official has been briefed on the ICIG's findings, told the Daily Caller that the Chinese state-owned firm linked to the hacking operates in Washington's Northern Virginia suburbs. The source was not authorized to publicly discuss the matter. The company that penetrated Clinton's server was not a technology firm and served as an affront group for the Chinese government. I don't even blame the Chinese government. Michael Hayden, by the way, egghead, Egghead Hayden stated that he would lose respect. He would lose respect if her server wasn't hacked by everyone on the planet. He would lose respect for other intelligence agencies. The FBI issued a referral to the Justice Department in July 2015. The Bureau warned that classified information may have been disclosed to a foreign power or to one of its agents. Well, of course, I explained all that. She had special access program intelligence on a computer that, by the way, her first 5 months, and in the book I explain, her first 3 months, she met with Chinese and Russian officials. I do explain that a server was almost certainly hacked by China. So check it out. But her top secret emails, but her deleted emails, it's on Amazon. I have like over 120 5-star reviews, or 115 literally 115 5-star reviews for Butter top secret emails. So the FBI they opened a full investigation starting in 2015. Doesn't say when it ended, probably still going on. A former consultant, U.S. Trade Representative, the Chinese were in the process of really gaining technological competence. In 2009, 2010, this begins to really take off in the early years of the Obama administration. The Obama administration was kind of late, and there was a slow reaction about how sophisticated the Chinese were. Well, it doesn't take a lot of sophistication. GTO mama, 100%. They always scream national security because they know that's their weakness. So it's always Russia. Their weakness is Russia. National security. Their weakness is national security. Intelligence community. They made a mockery of the intelligence community. Everything that they yell and scream, everything that they go ahead and. So this is. Let's just look at the Gomerization here. This is what the Daily Caller. So Gomer. This is what he says. Okay, so hold on a second. So before he gets Gomerized, we'll save that for a little later, but this is the actual Daily Caller, what it's referring to.
You said earlier in this hearing you were concerned about a hostile foreign power affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCulloch having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's emails?
I do not.
Well, let me refresh your recollection. The intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCulloch sent his investigator, Frank Rucker, along with an ICIG attorney, Jeanette McMillan, to brief you and Dean Chappelle and 2 other FBI personnel that I won't name at this time about an anomaly they had found on Hillary Clinton's emails that were going to and from the private unauthorized server that you were supposed to be investigating. Now, do you remember it?
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker on either 1 or 2 occasions. I do not remember the specific content or discussions.
Well, I'll help you with that too then. Mr. Rucker reported to those of you, the 4 of you there, in the presence of the ICIG attorney, that they had found this anomaly on Hillary Clinton's emails going through a private server.
So he's actually going ahead right now, and he's letting Strzok know that, well, we all know what you did. You just, you let her get away with essentially what is it? Digital murder. From a cyber perspective, just letting all the top secret intelligence, and we have, look, CIA, the names of CIA agents around the world compromised, but he didn't care. He didn't care, and he was told about it, and he actively covered it up. That's how corrupt he is. He actively covered it up.
And when they had done the forensic analysis, they found that her emails, every single one except for 4, over 30,000 of them, were going to an address that was not on the distribution list. It was a compartmentalized bit of information that was sending it to an unauthorized source. Do you recall that?
Sir, I don't.
Sir, I don't. I actually do, but I'm going to tell you I don't.
Well, it went on to explain it, and you didn't say anything.
No.
You thanked him, you shook his hand, but the problem was that it was going.
We're going to get to that in a second. Power stroke, dude. Hey, Jay, I'd love to be a liberal, but I'm too busy working. You always make my day. Thank you. Love you, dude. Love you, Power stroke, dude. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl. I didn't see it. I just bought 3 books on Amazon. Thanks. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you so very, very much. I hope you enjoy them. I wish I could sign them, but they're Kindles, so can't really sign a Kindle. But thank you so very, very, very much. Please let me know, how, if you like them, if you enjoy them. But they have, well, the first 2 have like a total of like almost 200 5-star reviews. Ha ha ha, Jank. Thank you, Jank. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you as always, and I hope you enjoy the books. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you so very, very much. They give the background. I mean, this is all coming full steam. HA, your Strzok impression is golden. Thank you, Nosicle J. I'm going to start doing a little bit more of the Strocky poo. Thank you, Nosicle J. Rhonda, Iowa girl, as always, thank you. Power stroke, dude, thank you. Hold on, let's see if I can do another Strzok.
Explain it, and you didn't say any bit of information that was sending it to an unauthorized source. Do you recall that?
Sir, I don't.
Sir, I don't. But then again, even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. In fact, I do know, but I'm too intelligent and too important for you to know. Do you see what I mean?
Well, it went on to explain it, and you didn't say anything.
No.
You thanked him, you shook his hand, but the problem was that it was going to an unauthorized source that was a foreign entity unrelated to Russia.
So a foreign entity unrelated to Russia, pretty much know it's China. Huh? Pretty much know it's China. And I explained in Butter Top Secret Emails and Rhonda, Iowa girl, when you read, I do, on the first couple pages of Butter Top Secret Emails, I explained she met with Chinese and Russian officials. Of course China was going to hack into her server. I think almost certainly the most advanced hackers on the planet would probably not be Russia. It would be China and perhaps some other countries. And they wouldn't hack the DNC. You think they care about Bernie?
Yeah. And from what you've said here, you did nothing more than nod and shake the man's hand when you didn't seem to be all that concerned.
I want to let you know something. Number one, there's not a way to pause without like Strzok looking like a demon. And the next thing is Strzok is totally like the cool kid who doesn't want to admit defeat at the principal's office. Like, I know something that you don't know, and da-da-da. And then it's, oh, by the way, you're fired. Strzok eventually got fired. But, Elizabeth Luker, hello. To my moderators, thank you as always.
About our national integrity of our election when it was involving Hillary Clinton. So the forensic examination was done by the ICIG, and they can document that, but you were given that information and you did nothing with it. And one of the things I found most egregious with Mr. Horowitz's testimony, and by the way, Horowitz got a call 4 times by someone wanting to brief him, leaving messages telling him about this, and he never returned the call. He had 500 pages of bias that he gave us, and then he threw a bone to the Democrats and said, but we can't find bias. And let me...
Well, what the Horowitz stated was there was no prosecutorial bias. There was bias with Strzok that could have influenced him. But it becomes like a philosophical thesis. There was no prosecutorial bias. But what happens when you do not explain how Clinton transferred top secret intelligence? And ladies and gentlemen, when finally the Daily Caller, somebody explains, because Paul Sperry already tried to explain it in the New York Post, and I do cite him in Butter Top Secret emails. Was it photos, or how did they transfer the top secret intelligence? Once that takes place, it's game, set, match. It is live stream at HA's, and it's going to be a party time. Real indictments, not like you lied to Strzok. We're going to get you.
Let me tell you, when you have text messages, Mr. Strzok, the way you do, saying the things you did, you'd been better off coming in here and saying, look, that was my bias. And you kind of get around to that a little bit when you say, hey, everybody's got political views. Those are called biases. And we all have them. And you have come in here and said, I had no bias. And you do it with a straight face. And I watched in the private testimony you gave. And I told some of the other guys, he is really good. He's lying. He knows, we know he's lying. And he could probably pass polygraph.
Ha!
It's amazing.
Mr. Chairman.
No, this is my
Mr.
time.
Chairman, I'm sorry. Point of order.
Withdraw it.
This point of order.
Withdraw it. Withdraw it. Withdraw it.
No,
The gentleman will state his point of order.
A member of this committee just asserted that this witness who is under oath and a former agent of the FBI lied. There is no evidence that
There's no evidence that Peter Strzok lied except everything he's ever texted and said.
I asked him to withdraw it.
Withdraw it.
I do not withdraw it. He is not a member of Congress. It's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero
There's not a
is,
single person on this committee who has ever characterized a witness.
Gentleman
as
from
lying.
Rhode Island.
Sitting here,
Gentleman
here
it's
before
my time.
That's a
Gentleman from Rhode Island will
Praise
suspend.
him. No, the disgrace,
Mr.
what this man has done.
The gentleman from
to
Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eyes and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, it's outrageous.
Credibility of the witness
Shame
always
on
the
Mr.
issue.
Mr. Chairman, please, there's
You know, Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of
what's wrong with that? You need your medication.
Yes. It never gets old. It never gets old. It never, ever, 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 ever gets old. Ever, ever.
So I asked that the witness be permitted to respond.
Mr. Spread, withdraw, respond.
Will be permitted. He will be permitted
If
to
you ever
respond. The
talked to
gentleman
Hillary
controls time.
Clinton
You didn't even get a reach.
during your investigation, besides the one questioning you mentioned, before that or after that to this day?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
I love it, Nadler. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Oh, Castle of Grayskull. Teddy Ruxpin. Mad Max. Huh? No?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. The gentleman will state his point of order.
It is.
I don't know what to say, but I'll say something. The Democratic Party, we have to prop up the deep state. Without the deep state, we're nothing. What do I say now?
I think against the rules of the House for a member of the committee to be impugning the character of a witness.
It is
He
not.
should ask questions to elicit. The purpose of this hearing is to elicit information.
The purpose of this hearing is to ensure that we waste time and not find the truth, let Strzok speak, and not be too mean to him, and make sure that we impeach Trump.
You should ask questions to elicit information. You should not be impugning the character of the witness. The gentleman is advised the rules of the House only are directed
Moted.
to members of the House and the President of the United States. In other words, it is okay to impugn the character of witnesses in any way whatsoever. Well, listen, I've heard many members on your side of the aisle impugn the character of somebody who is covered by the rules of the House. But
Don't mess with Bob Goodlatte. Whatever you do, don't do it. Because Goodlatte will be like, no, bah! Don't do it.
the gentleman, the gentleman has 20 seconds left. The clock will be turned back on, and he can complete his time, and then the witness can respond.
So if you talk to Hillary Hillary Clinton, other than the time she was examined in front of the witnesses.
No.
So after throwing away what you have with all the bias you have, you've never even gotten a thank you. I yield back.
You didn't even get a reach.
The gentleman may respond.
Sir, well, that's quite a set of statements.
So let me go ahead. It's quite a set of statements. I'm gonna go. What? What do you mean I can't speak? You mean I'm gonna sit here and get crapped on?
Mr. Chairman, I did not finish with a question.
I love Gomer. He was like, the only reason I'm telling you is to make you feel horrible and that you're a worthless piece of dung. Don't speak anymore. Stop speaking. You're a worthless maggot. You're like an earthworm. No more speaking. Do not defend yourself. You ruined national security. And I want you to feel the pain and the shame and everything. Don't talk. Don't go ahead and explain yourself. I'm here to vent my anger.
The
There was
gentleman,
no question asked.
Chairman, he's been given the opportunity to
the
respond.
gentleman will suspend. The time of the gentleman has expired, and as I've indicated,
The rules
earlier,
of our hearings are if there is a question asked during the time, the witness may respond to the question after the time.
the witness is going to be allowed to respond briefly.
That's a new rule.
Sir, first, I assure
No
you,
question.
under oath, as I spoke also during my interview a week or two ago, I have always told the truth. The fact that you would accuse me otherwise, the fact that you would question whether or not that was the sort of look I would engage with in a family member who I have acknowledged hurting, goes more to a discussion about your character and what you stand for and what is going inside you.
It's to your credibility, and
And
you lost your credibility.
And
You lost your credibility.
while I
That's the
doubt it
problem.
plays well
Gentleman
to
from
America,
Texas
I'm not sure
the gentleman from Texas will suspend. The witness has had ample opportunity to express his feelings about that, and now the chair recognizes.
Mr. Chairman, there's a discussion about the representative's first assertion about what the ICIG said that I would like to respond to.
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
So there you go. There you go. I mean, it's pretty much set in stone. He knew that Hillary Clinton's shy. Thank you, shy. Thank you, shy. Thank you so much. just listen to this again. Hold on, listen to it again. The original, the beginning. Well, we don't have to listen to it again. So the main thing is this. Gomer basically, the code that the Chinese hackers wrote was meant to avoid detection. Nobody knew until it was too late. And then we have FBI agent told Congress the Bureau used leaked stories to obtain spy warrants. There you go. I mean, it's all coming down. It's all coming to one conclusion. The conclusion being that all of this was set up to cover up Hillary Clinton, and frame Trump. Cover up Hillary Clinton and frame Trump. And it still didn't work. They're so utterly corrupt that their whole thing is, well, we'll get millions to believe us. Yeah. We'll get millions to believe us. But at the end of the day, you're not going to win. And who was it? There was one guy on Fox who agreed with me. They're not going to win the House. They're not going to win the Senate. So Fox. Trying to go ahead. There was one guy. Let me see if I could find. There's one guy on Fox. One guy on Fox who stated pretty much what I was saying. Can't find it. But he was like, look, there's not going to be a red wave. And I mean, there's not going to be a blue wave. Oh, here. Hold on one second. So let's just see. Hold on. I'm trying to find Ed Rollins. Ed Rollins. He's the one. Ed Rollins, 1 week ago, and I was on May 31st saying this.
We know this.
Ed Rollins.
They were selling equipment to a ball player, and that this is not a casual thought that he had. Let's go play games with China. Variety of other things that people. And yesterday was the 23rd anniversary of bringing back my daughter as an infant from China. So
Congratulations.
it's done. It's
Cool.
It's the second tier, and that's where the bureaucrats get it.
Well, but short term, we've got a midterm
Trying to find
election coming up. Do you think President Trump is focused on getting some of these conflicts behind him and resolving them positively before that midterm?
It would be very helpful, obviously, but it's not.
Suzanne Yoke. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Rhonda, Iowa girl. My head. Rhonda, Iowa girl. They were bad at cheating and spying. Pathetic for the FBI. They were bad, but then good enough to convince a whole lot of people who wanted to be convinced. So Rhonda, Iowa girl, they were bad. They were very bad at cheating and spying. Horrible at cheating and spying. but just good enough to deceive and dupe millions. Rhonda, Iowa Girl, thank you so very much as always. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa Girl, thank you. But this is Ed Rollins, really interesting.
It's not going to be the only thing that's going to matter in this election. Well, this is a very unique. I've been around this game for a long, long time. This is probably my 25th midterm election or 50th, whatever it is. I would say we are as prepared to go into a midterm as we've ever been with a new president. Meaning that there's 25 or 30 toss-up seats. Most of them are ours. A lot of those are because of the retirements. And there's no indication that there's going to be a blue wave or anything. A lot of rhetoric about it. But the reality is who gets their vote out. And I think the RNC, who you're having the chairman on shortly, has done a superb job of putting a real structural organization together. So my sense is we're going to it right now with the president 50% approval rating, something like that. It's up to the candidates to go win these things, and I think they will.
Yeah. So we differ a little bit on the blue wave front, and I'm fine with just 24 seats. I don't need it to be anything of Tea Party proportion.
I'm fine with 20.
Less fine with that, though I do still love you. But what do you make of, and I agree with you, I mean, the president himself, I think, is as prepared as he could be. And I think if he was facing re-election today, it would be very different than the fate of a lot of Republican congressmen and congresswomen on the ground there. In terms of the enthusiasm gap, which we are seeing in these primaries and in these special elections that are favoring Democrats.
Yeah, but the special elections, Democrats lost 8 out of 10 where there's a challenger. I've read the ballotpedia.com. 8 out of 10 they've lost. Now, Democrats always find the silver lining in catastrophe. So they're like, well, you know, we won the popular vote, but Russia. How does, you know, yeah, there were more people that showed up for the Republican in the Republican or in primaries, special elections where there's an incumbent Republican or the Republican should have won, but they lost 8 out of 10. They're going to have to win those. Simply increasing turnout but losing doesn't help them win the House. So what if they win all their all the Democratic incumbent seats by a wide margin? Who cares? Who cares? They're going to have to show up in Republican-held districts. That's the problem. They've showed up. They still lost. But whatever. It is what it is.
How do you think they're
Where was the enthusiasm 90 days?
raising a lot? Dems overall across all of our committees have been raising equal, if not more there, but enthusiasm.
He write this down. Thank you.
How are you going to get them out?
He write this down. Thank you.
Where was the enthusiasm 90 days from the election last time? And I think to a certain extent, the Trump voters who need to turn out and have given every indication they will, I think at the end of the day, the next 90 days is going to be very important, or 80 some odd days, whatever it is. And I don't think we're going to be able to make a judgment until the last couple of weeks here. I don't think it's one of these where you can predict 3 months in advance.
But a good economy doesn't guarantee for the party in power in a midterm year election anyway that you stable problems, right?
I would argue that where our missed opportunity is we had 25 Democrats Senate seats, and I think there's probably 10 of them that are still somewhat in play, but really three or four. We could have made a big inroad there, which would have been very important.
But you still see them hanging on Republicans to the House.
I think it's going to be very close, and I think we will.
Wow. Okay.
That's right. Ed Rollins. Ed Rollins. So Ed Rollins, Brian Murphy, that would be, I'm going to reach out to Sticks on that. Yep. I was thinking that same thing today. But I mean, this is, there's a Dem exit, there's a walk away. And she had an AT&T account first 3 months. So, it is what it is. I mean, CNN is just consistently spouting out fake news. consistently. Frank! Frank, we all need to help Omar beat the Wicked Witch of the West, Wicked Mix, the new leader of the Democratic Party. Thank you, Frank! Thank you, Frank! Thank you, Frank. So CNN is just always wrong. Basically, pretty much everything they say, just the opposite takes place. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. This is horrible. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very much. It's been action-packed. China hacked all of Clinton's emails. Well, aside from 4, I think Congressman Gomer stated. And there you have it. There you have it. It really is when the Washington Post is forced to report. Oh, and the Washington Post even stated that, even admitted today that Lanny Davis basically and Michael Cohen basically undermined the whole Russia investigation. Thank you, Swivel Hips. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Thank you so very much. Sleep well. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much. And to the 523 people here, if you're interested in a good Kindle, it is below in the description and the pinned comment. But her top secret emails, but her deleted emails, $3.99. You'll get pretty much the whole email debacle in a nutshell, and it'll give you great context to understand all the new revelations. Thank you so very much, everyone. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be fun. Bruce Orr testifying. Thank you.